Hi everyone, welcome to the video. First of all, thank you for all your support and always commenting and supporting this channel as well. And today we're going to be talking about the looper on the MPC. It's a very fun tool to use. It's something that we don't use quite as often, but it can be used for very creative reasons. One of the reasons why I believe is that the sequencer here of the looper is actually independent from the looper in the main screen from the sequence here. So this sequence can have a different amount of bars than the one from the looper. You can have, let's say, 8 bars here, and in the main screen you can have 4 bars. So they can actually play against each other, can create some polyrhythms, they can create generative sequencing. It can be used in a very creative way, which, it's always a plus to have that in a machine. And that's one of the things about the looper. It actually is an independent sequencer, although they both work at the same BPM, so they share the same BPM amount there in the sequence. So, that said, you can have a different amount of bars here in the looper than you have in the sequencer. And that's good for a few things. Okay, and we're going to have a look into that. First of all, I already have a drum loop right here, and I'm going to be recording a shaker over it. So I have my own shaker, and it's actually made from beach pebbles, and we're going to be just recording a shaker, recording it over the drums using the looper function here. Before we do that, let's just have a look at what we have here on the screen. So we have the input. I'm actually recording using my audio interface, the Focusrite Sapphire Pro 40. So I'm going to use the input number 8, and it's actually a mono input from a microphone. And so it's input number 8, and it's a mono channel. So you can choose your inputs right here. You have the effects, so you can add an effect to the sound that you are recording, and that effect will actually be recorded in the audio file. Okay, so don't think that you can just turn off the effect and it will be turned off from the audio file, but because it will actually be recorded in the audio file. It works the same way as in the sampler. It's actually the same input right here. It's the same thing from the looper. If you insert an effect here in the sampler, it will appear in the looper as well. So it's the same actual channel strip right there. So then you have the monitor where you can monitor the audio coming in. I don't really need that, so I'm going to turn it off, but you can use that if you want. Then you have the sync. It synchronizes the sequencer here from the looper to the sequence here in the sequencer here in the sequence in the main screen. So let's get back to the looper once again. I'm going to play this. I'm going to press the record, and it's going to start to record now at the end. Okay, and now we've recorded some audio, but the length is too high. I actually didn't notice that I had the length that high. So in the main screen, we have a 4-bar loop. I'm going to clear this, so just to delete anything that's in the looper. And I'm going to set this to 2 bars, okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play the loop. I'm going to wait for it to reach the end, and I'm going to start recording, okay? Okay, so, and because this is set to play, once the recording reaches the end, it stops. It doesn't overdub. If you wanted to keep recording over that, you will use overdub, okay? But for now, we're just using the play function. It just records once, and then it stops the recording, but it keeps on playing. So let's see how it sounds, actually. I kind of like it. It's really up to you guys. I'm not going to get too crazy. I'm not going to get perfectionist with this. So I'm just going to export this to a pad. I'm going to put it in that pad A5. I'm going to say that this is the shaker. So shaker, do it. There we go. And we can clear this now. We're not going to need that. Let's go to the main and record the shaker. Alright, it's not the best shaker, but I just want you guys to see how you can work here with the loop function, with the looper. Okay, so that's one of the ways of doing it. So then we have the overdub, and I know I'm going to use the overdub to record some claps. Okay, and I'm going to let the looper here record over and over, because I'm going to be recording claps one over the other. Okay, so let's go for this. Okay, so you notice that it keeps on recording. It only stops when you hit the record button again for it to stop. I'm going to put that play. I don't want that to be overdubbing. And here we have our claps now. And let's export this to this pad right there. Let me just write claps. Do it. Keep. I'm going to clear this. Obviously, this needs to be done with more quality. I have a lot of reverb here in the room, so if you want to record some good quality claps, you should do it in a better environment than this one. The other thing, you can always edit the sounds afterwards. You can just go to the program edit, and just do whatever you want with the sounds right there, okay? They're up for editing at this point. Let's get back into the looper again. So you do have the output gain as well. So when you record anything, you can just lower the level or increase the level if you want of the recording. This is something that is for the recording that is already done there. Then you have the reverse function as well. You can have the loop reverse instead of playing forward. Very simple, actually, just something that you need to try. Then you have the replace. The replace records over everything that's written on the looper. So once it reaches the end and you have the replace, it will record whatever you are doing at the moment and erase whatever is in there. Okay, very, very simple. Again, the looper is very simple. There's nothing really to it. But I think it's really fun to use because sometimes we want that human feel to the song instead of dropping in notes on the pads. It's just very good to have that feeling where you are actually creating the swing in real time. You are creating that human rhythm instead of just using the pads here to input notes. If you have an external instrument, you can hook it up here and play an instrument, a guitar, a piano, whatever external instrument that you have from the MPC. You can hook it up, just connect it to the input, and then you can, if you want an audio tail at the end of the loop, if you don't want the loop to cut, just give it an extra bar right there. If your loop has 4 bars and you want an audio tail of that sample, you should put some extra bars there at the end. And that's it. It's a very simple tool, but again, very, very useful to have. It loops it straight away and you can hear it and see if it's good. If it's good, you export it to a pad, keep it. If not, you just replace it with a new recording. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video. If you do have any questions, please leave it in the comments below and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. Take care, okay? Goodbye.